Hi, this is Mike with Dynasty. Today we're gonna go over future bets in Dynasty, predicting the future. I kind of went down the list of each position, and see who the next CJ Stroud's gonna be, the next Kyron Williams, the next Puka and Tank Dell, and Sam Laporta from last year. So we'll first start off with the quarterback position. So the CJ Stroud from this year obviously would have to be a rookie quarterback, not drafted in the number one slot. So the number one guy that I feel like could be this year's CJ Stroud, not the exact same play style, but I feel like he could put up similar production is Jaden Daniels. The reason why I have Jaden Daniels is he has a high floor with his rushing upside, and he has a high ceiling as well. Combined with he's got good arm strength. So I see with Terry McLaurin and Dodson and Ben Sinnott. He's got capable receivers to throw to. Another guy I think could be the next Stroud of this year's rookie class is Drake May. Same thing, has a high rushing floor, a good arm strength. He has a couple new weapons to work with. Jalen Polk and Javon Baker and Demarius Douglas came on strong last year as well. So he's got a couple weapons there. Hopefully, one of the two guys they drafted in the rookie draft pans out, and they still got Hunter Henry there, a very underrated player. So there are my two picks for the next Stroud. The next position is going to be running back. So who's going to be the next Kyron Williams? Okay, so Kyron Williams barely played his rookie season. So to kind of follow that same suit, I wanted to pick a second-year player that didn't have much production, and that's Kendre Miller with the Saints. Alvin Kamara had a great season last year. He was number 3 in PPR points per game. I think it was about 18, if I remember correctly. I just feel like Kendre Miller, I watched the tape last year. I really like what I saw when he played at college. It's a very, not like a really risky bet because you're not paying a lot for him, like a first round pick to get him. I liked what I seen in his college tape with his rushing production. If I remember right, his average yards per carry were pretty high during college as well, and he needed. Even I knew last year he wasn't going to have a good year recovering from an injury. You always want to stay away from running backs with injury history. So if he's going to break out, this would be the year. Other guys that I think could fit the same mold but aren't second year players that could reach that. Some rookies this year. If Kyron Williams goes down, his replacement, Blake Corum, I feel like could put up similar production as him. Same with Marshawn Lloyd. I feel like if Jacobs goes down or, he hasn't really been efficient with the football like last year, Green Bay wouldn't hesitate to put him in and maybe split them 50-50. I think Lloyd has the burst to, have a high ceiling. In college, Marshawn Lloyd had an average yards per catch. I think it was 17. So he's a very explosive player. And next guy on my list is Jalen Wright. If something were to happen to either A-Shane or Mostart, or when it does happen, because both of them are injury prone, I feel like he could be in a split backfield with one of the two. And he has elite speed and a pretty good size as well. So I think he's a guy that could fit the mold. And another 2-year player doesn't really fit the mold of Kyron Williams last year because he had a pretty decent season last year. But it's Tajay Spears, him splitting with Pollard. If Pollard goes down for some reason, I think Spears has a really high ceiling. You know, he's got the juice. He's got receiving upside. He's got everything you're looking for. I feel like Spears' ceiling is super high. You know, if he's the only back in the backfield there. So the next position we're gonna go over who's gonna be the next Puka Nakua and Tank Dell. I try to keep it to rookie receivers that were drafted later, about in the third round of rookie drafts. So a couple guys, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, Jalen McMillan, and Troy Franklin. Not high probability bets, but where you're taking them for the cost. You know, if one of them turns into Puka or Tank Dell, which is highly unlikely, but they're the four I have picked out that could do it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if one out of the four turns into a pretty good season, like 14 points a game. That wouldn't surprise me at all if one out of the four do that. The next one I have on my list is the next Sam Laporta, and in last year's draft, I think Laporta was a second tight end off a rookie draft, so I didn't want to just pick Bowers. So the guy on my list would be Ben Sinnott. Probably has the highest probability. Attached to Jaden Daniels. Rookie quarterbacks usually like to throw to tight ends. You know, he has a pretty good profile as well. So there were my picks for this year. I'm predicting the future for 2024. That's all I have for today. Enjoy your day.